Hello everyone. There are different modes of teaching, like a traditional mode of teaching, blended mode of teaching, and MOOCs. MOOCs is different from both these mechanisms. In blended mode, we use offline as well as online mode of teaching. In traditional mode of teaching, we use our whiteboard, blackboard teaching mechanism. But in MOOCs, it's completely, you can say, extreme end of traditional mode of teaching, where right from admission to certification, everything is online. Admission to certification. If student or anyone attempts for this MOOC, attempt for any MOOC, they will have to take admission, like they will have to register for the course, they will have to enroll for the course, and they will have to see all the lectures, attempt all the quizzes, submit all the assignments, and after evaluation, they will get certification online as well. So everything is online. So MOOCs is completely in online mode. It's nothing like offline thing is there. In MOOCs, what our organizations they propose, like UGC and SWAYAM, they built up a framework. So what you can call as a standardization. So in standardization, so they suggested that if suppose anyone, any teacher or any organization, they want to build their framework, or they want to go for their MOOCs, they should follow a few guidelines. So those guidelines, what we call as four quadrant approach. One can easily search for it in the Google. Let me show. If you just Google it, like four quadrants in MOOCs, you will find few links like SWAYAM MOOCs, NIPA, and CEITNIC.in, and a few images as well. There are different UGC guidelines as well. But yes, you will find few documents which are very old, like you can say this 2016, and you will find few latest documents which can be 2019 onwards. You have to follow those which are new, because there's a slight difference between these two guidelines. So just follow the latest one, and especially which is there in the SWAYAM website. So even you can write SWAYAM here, and yes, so you can follow these links. Okay, so this is a brochure of SWAYAM, and if you open it, yeah, so you can see this is the four quadrant rule of MOOCs. So what exactly are these four quadrants, and what is the significance of it? So in four quadrant, uh, we just say that if you want to have your own MOOC course, you should you should follow this four quadrant rule. So in first quadrant, we say all your video lectures. Say, I'm just simplifying it. Then because it's there can be several things, like there can be several kinds of videos also. So video lectures, you can say video lectures in first quadrant. Can say e-content, or some content which is in some readable format. So you can put it in the second quadrant. In third quadrant, you can see that it is what we call as discussion forum, and in the fourth quadrant we call as assessment. Okay, so there are different versions of it. You will find there might be a slight difference in different documents, but this is a very standard form of four quadrant rule, where we follow that if you want to create your own MOOC course, then you should have video lectures, you should have your e-contents, and you should have a provision for discussion, so that participants can raise their queries, and it can be answered in some way. And there should be assessment also. So like for example, you must have find out in our courses, we follow these four quadrant rules in through our LMS. In the same way, if you are not using any LMS, otherwise also you will have to follow these two rules if you are claiming that it is a MOOC. Okay, so this is a guideline which has been developed by SWAYAM as well, MHRD, Ministry of Education, SWAYAM, and UGC, and they just they just insist that everyone should follow these four quadrants. So let's understand what these four quadrants. Let's understand these four quadrants in detail. You can also confirm it from this document also. So you can see quadrant 1 e-tutorial videos, quadrant 2 e-content, quadrant 3 assessment, and quadrant 4 discussion. So the numbering doesn't matters like which quadrant you number it as third or fourth, but yes, overall the things should be there. So you can call it as a third quadrant and fourth quadrant, or maybe this one to third and fourth. It doesn't matter. It's you just may have to ensure that all these four quadrants are there. Okay, numbers can be like, you can consider assessment to be third and discussion forum to be fourth, or vice versa. Okay, so let's understand these four quadrants in detail. So the first quadrant, where we are talking about videos. So video lectures, it's not like video lectures can be in different formats also. So if you are going to record your video lectures, so it there should be certain specifications, like it should be in some format which can be seen by everyone. So if you are using some format which is not accessible to everyone, it is not recommendable. So it should be in some standard format like MPG, MP4, etc. So these are the what we call as formats, or the standard video formats, which can be accessible, which can be seen by everyone. Because if you are using a particular type of format, it cannot be accessible to everyone. So you should ensure that the format is readable for everyone, accessible to everyone. And the other things, like it should be of standards size also, but you cannot go for a very huge size or very less. So you can select a range, like you can say from 20 MB to say 2 GB or something like that. You cannot go like a video of a 20 GB video, because again it will be not accessible to everyone, because 20 GB it will take a lot of time to buffer, and to every participant will not be able to see if they are on low bandwidth side of internet. Okay, so and if it is very less size, so that means you are compromising with the quality of the video. So you must ensure that video is of some standard format also, like it should be of proper resolution, what we call as resolution. So video quality should be, it's not like you should go for very high definition video, or you should go for very low. You should select some medium range, where the video is accessible to everyone, as well the quality is not that much compromised. So format is one issue, resolution is again second issue, and third, like length of the video should be like standard one. So in length, there are several cases. So if for length, few platforms, they recommend that you should go for shorter videos and multiple videos, shorter and multiple videos. And some platforms, they go for a longer video, say 1 hour video, or 1.5 to 1 hour to 2 hour video at a stretch. But it is not recommended that you should go for 3 hour video, so because attention span is not that much in online education. So most of the platforms who provide provides MOOCs, they prefer like shorter and multiple videos. If you go for EDX or Coursera or any standard MOOC provider, you will see they provide shorter and multiple videos. So length is again third factor which you need to take care. And again, there can be different types of videos also. Types of videos. Okay, so one, let's understand types of videos. So one can, you can say face recording. So you are going for you are speaking in front of camera and you are getting it recorded. So face recording can be one kind of video. You can have a field visit. So you are say you are from a environmental science department, or you are from a history department. So you prefer like going to field and field visit and record those sessions. So this can be a second recording. Other can be a presentation. So you are presenting something and you're just recording your computer screen. So this can be another form of video. Some kind of demonstration also. So suppose you are a chemistry teacher or you are a physics teacher and you want to demonstrate something in your laboratory and you want to record that. So this can be again a form of videos. There can be other form of videos also. So we need to understand, if you are going for, if you want to understand first quadrant, you need to understand these parameters. You need to understand that the video format should be such that it is accessible to everyone. The size should be optimum, so that it is not very less, it is not very large. Your video quality should be appropriate. It's not, you should not go for very very high definition, because again it will occupy much space and it will not be accessible where the internet bandwidth is low. The length you should decide that for what kind of videos you want to go for, like shorter or multiple or longer videos. It's up to us. We have to decide it. And again, we have to select types of videos, because in fact in most of the cases you should use a mixture of various recordings. So if you're creating a MOOC, you should not go for face recording always, or if you not go for field recording, all the lectures should not be a field visit, or all the lectures should not be facial recording. It should be mixed and matched. So maybe few lectures can be facial recording, maybe few lectures can be presentation or demonstration, or maybe mixture of these. So maybe you are speaking in front of camera and you are also presenting something in the background. So you should select appropriate videos, and the number of videos should be again, you have to select number of videos for a particular session. So suppose in one day you can say you want to go for shorter videos of 15 minutes and say 10 videos. So we have to standardize all the things before going for what we call as pre-production. So these all phases you can consider in the pre-production phase, and after all these recordings you can go for production and post-production. Okay, so this was about the first quadrant. Let's understand the second quadrant, that is e-content. So in e-content section, the mostly or you can say widely used thing is like some kind of text content. So text content can be in the form of say PDF document. It can be say in the form of Word document, or maybe in some other format, ODT or something like that. But again, this should be accessible to everyone. So suppose you're going for ODT format, it is not accessible to everyone. So it's always recommended that you should go for the, those uh, those format which is accessible to everyone. So PDF is strongly recommended, because in almost all your devices, PDF is accessible, or PDF can be opened. So text content, if you are going for text content, PDF should be the standard. So text content, if you are it is kind of some passage or something like that, again you can convert it to PDF and use it. Okay, and even if it is the form of the presentation, so if you have slides and you want to provide it to your students or users, again you should go for PDF. So because it might be the case like that PPT is or maybe the PowerPoint software is not there in your student's device, student's laptop or mobile. So it's but PDF, as I said, it is accessible to most of devices, most of the devices. So even you are going for PowerPoint is for text document, or some kind of written content passage, or something like that, you should go for PDF format. So again, format is important. And the next type of content, it can be ebooks also. uh, and it can be just ensure that you are not uploading any copyrighted ebooks without permission. So make sure that it is under OER, open education resources. And even if you are providing OER which is not your own, so if you have written your content, then you can upload it. But if you are providing from the public, then make sure that it is under OER, so that copyright issue is not there. So text content, ebooks, graphics can also be there. So in graphics, it can be, so say you can say any chart, or any kind of specific demonstrative videos, demonstrative what we call as posters or anything like that. So graphics can be different formats also, so you can provide these as you can also provide images. So images like suppose you are a physics teacher, you can provide some kind of solar system or any kind of image. Again, make sure that it is under OER if it is not your own. Okay, so images, posters, charts, or any other kind of graphics. Okay, so the graphics can also be in the form of, say, mind maps, concept maps, even in the form of GIFs also. uh, Graphics can also be like the graphics which are very normal, and the graphics which can be zoomed out and zoomed in. So all these things can be taken care of, and it requires some kind of training if you want to go for development of e-content. So mind maps, I can take example. So suppose you want to go for demonstration, you can create these kind of things like MOOCs, uh, quadrant system, quadrants, devices. You can demonstrate anything like this. Okay, assessment, and so all these things. This representation is called as my mind maps. You can have branches of these also, and this also. So this is kind of representation is mind maps. So mind maps, concept maps, and other kind of graphics can be used to create e-content. Okay, and there are different softwares. I'm sure you will learn, like Canva and other things. You can use this platform to create e-content for your book. Okay, so this was about second quadrant. So I hope this is clear. The first quadrant is videos, and you have to take care about these things while whenever you create any kind of video lectures. If you want to go for e-content, you have different options. You have to make sure that it is not copyrighted, first thing, and it is accessible to everyone. So this format should be standard so that everyone can access. uh, the third quadrant is what we call as, say, assessment. So assessment is it's like there are different kind of assessment. The most mostly uses MCQs. So because MCQs can be automatically checked, so this is the most standard form of assessment which can be taken care of. Otherwise, there are other platforms also, like if you go for Kahoot and quizzes, you can again go for different kind of assessments. Okay, these are the platforms. You can have a descriptive type of questions, or maybe numerical questions, assignments. So all these standard assessment can be you can have these kind of assessments in your MOOC. but you have to make sure that if the target audience is very large, then going for some description type of questions or any other kind of assessment techniques, it might be problematic for you. It will take a lot of time to assess all these kind of assessments, quizzes. So you have to make sure that if you think that audience is not going to be very large, then you can go for this kind of assessment. Otherwise, the standard form the standard format of assessment is MCQ, where most of the platforms, even you if you go for Google Forms, it there's a you can make it automatically, it can be automatically checked. If you there's a feature in the Google Form where you can which you can select, and when you just go for your MCQ, it is automatically corrected, so you don't have to check it manually. Or maybe you can go for some platforms where you can. So this is outside. So if it is not integrated in your LMS platform, okay, so then it you may take help of some other platforms where the quiz can be evaluated automatically. Okay, so assessment is very important feature, and it is because in MOOC there's no manual interaction, so you have to just make sure that whenever you go for MCQs, it should not be directly copied. It should not be, if you are going for these MCQs also, you should make sure that someone searches it for or on internet directly. It should not be easily findable, because they at least they should make some effort to opt for these quizzes. So you should make sure that all those questions, all those quizzes should be there from the video lectures or maybe your e-content only, and it is not easily searchable on Google. So these things need to be taken care of while uh, going for this assessment. The fourth one is discussion, and this is little tricky because if you are not using any LMS where your LMS, in LMS all your learning management system, uh, all the features are integrated. In most of the LMS, the features are already integrated. If you see our LMS, you can see that all videos are there, e-content is there, your quizzes are there, and discussion forum is there. So everything is integrated in single platform. But if you are not using a particular LMS which provides this integrated feature, you should make provisions for all these for Quadrant separately. So maybe suppose you are providing video lectures in directly to the participants through email, through some social medium, or maybe YouTube. So in whatever way you are providing the first Quadrant thing like video lectures, uh, that can be accepted. The second, again, you can provide the e-contents through emails, through social medium, so WhatsApp, so Telegram, through any medium. The third Quadrant assessment, again, you can go for Google Forms and other things, but you should make sure that this four Quadrant should also be there, like discussion. So maybe you can go for some WhatsApp group or Google group. So discussion forum, if you are going for other alternative, then you can go for Google groups. You can go for WhatsApp groups. If so, this is the case when there's no provision of discussion forum which is integrated in your LMS. Okay, WhatsApp groups or maybe Telegram groups or any other medium. So discussion forum where the participants can discuss their issues. They can raise any query in the discussion forum, and it should be answered. So the answer can be peer to peer, like suppose one participant asks some questions and other participants answers it. This is a standard the thing which should be there, like one participant raises doubt or query related to some lecture, related to some session, and another participant tries to give the answer of that query. In case if the query remains unanswered and it's very difficult or very complex, then in that case the resource person should answer the query. So the discussion forum is like this. So if you go for any standard platform, like if you go for edx or coursera or even swam, okay, so you will find that they have integrated discussion forum. Okay, so the four quadrant is already integrated. So it's always good to have integrated thing rather than scattered thing. So it is manageable, like you can go for google classroom, like you can provide video lectures there, you can provide e-content there, even you can have discussions there, and you can have assessment there. So google classroom is again, you can consider it to be a provider of all the four quadrants. But yes, more standard, if you go for more standard lms, they provide more integrated and more easy to use features, where you can have all these four quadrants in one place. Okay, so I hope this is clear, and I'm just going to demonstrate it in the platform which we use. This is OpenEdX based platform which we have configured for our use, and you are again using it for this course also. And so let's see. This is I have logged into this course, and you can see there are different features like course progress, states, and discussion. So you can see discussion forum is there integrated in this platform. And let's see whether all the four quadrants are in place or not. So you can see in day one lecture, e-content, the first quadrant, like all these video lectures. So we are following most of the standard lms providers, mooc providers. So you can see there are 15 shorter sessions, video sessions, and this is the first quadrant thing. Okay, so all the video lectures, you can see this is first quadrant thing. The second is like these quiz and assignment. So this is you can consider the third quadrant things, assessment, assignment, and quiz. You can consider the first, where we have put welcome, that is e-content part. So because it's not necessary that every lecture should be complemented with e-content, but you can mix and match, like you can provide e-content for some course, some lectures, and go for video lectures for some other. And in this way, if you think that all your videos cover all the things, you can skip this e-content part for few lectures, for few sessions. Okay, so the second quadrant is this assignment and quiz. The discussion forum, I think, yeah. So I think it's not there, but I will include. You will find a discussion forum the day two, and you can definitely see this discussion forum here. Okay, so discussion forum. Since there has been no discussion till now, but you can, yeah, troubleshoot. You can see that this troubleshoot and few queries has been raised, and definitely these will be answered very soon. Few have made simple comments like informative sessions, so you can see the discussion forum. So what is suggested, as I said, in discussion forum, like peer to peer discussion. So suppose this participant has raised this query, maybe few other participant can answer. Otherwise the resource person or the organizers, they will try to answer these queries. Okay, so this is the fourth quadrant. And there are other features also, like suppose you want to provide some kind of wiki media, wiki content, then again you can have you can link it with this platforms. So it again depends on the platform which we are using. So we are using this OpenEdX, and all these features are integrated in this new LMS. Suppose you are using some other kind of LMS, it might have a few features, or it may have all the features also. So, but you have to make sure that all the four quadrants are covered, and in any form. So, if it is integrated, then you have the option to provide all these four quadrant things in a single platform. It is not there, then you will have to make sure that it is provided in any form. So as I said, discussion forum, you can have different groups. For your video lectures, you can use any content provider platform, or you can make a Google group, or any kind of Facebook group, or any social media to deliver those contents, if whether it is video content or e-content. And yes, for assessment, you will have to make sure that if the participation is very large, you should go for those kind of assessment which is automatically graded, automatically checked. And yes, it should also be there, like they should be able to see the assessment also. So suppose you can see is going to be 5 quizzes, the quiz average, so that they can also monitor their grading things. So it is again an integrated platform, but it is not exactly that it is compulsory thing. But yes, it is again recommended that they should actually know, because if they are attempting quiz, they should know that where they are placed right now, and what efforts they need to make for getting the certificate. So all these provisions should be there, and this is what the four quadrant approach is. Okay. I hope yeah, so the session was short, but I think I have covered most of the things.